Hera can confirm that being queen isn't what it is chalked up to be. Life is wonderful one day. Mount Olympus is basically heaven on earth. Mortals all over the world worship you as a magnificent goddess. The other gods fear and revere you. But the next day, you learn that your spouse has taken yet another lover, who is, of course, pregnant. What an interesting life. Makes one eager to explore it. So in today's video, we'll talk about Hera, the most misunderstood goddess. But before we start, we would like to thank Ada and Colvin for subscribing to our membership. If you also want to become part of our members-only community and enjoy special content, make sure to click on the subscription button. Hera, the firstborn child of Cronus and Rhea, had the unpleasant experience of having her father eat her at birth. Zeus, their youngest brother, was nurtured on Mount Ida in Crete, while she and her siblings waited and developed inside their father's belly. The Titan War started after Zeus extricated the other young gods from Cronus' stomach and lasted 10 bloody years to eventually be won by the Olympian gods and goddesses. Unfortunately, only a little is known about the roles that Cronus and Rhea's 3 daughters performed throughout the Titanomic events. According to Homer, Hera was sent to live with Oceanus and Tethys to teach her discipline and help her control her temper during the conflict. In contrast, the Egyptian Greek god Nonnus of Panopolis asserts that Hera actively participated in the battles and directly supported Zeus. Although it is unknown what specific part Hera played in the Titanomic, several traits may be inferred about the goddess from both accounts. Further, the ruler of the gods, Hera, was revered for her jealous protection of marriages and childbirth while also being feared for her tendency towards jealousy and vengeance. Although some tend to see Hera through a black and white lens, her complexity goes beyond good and evil. Her importance in history alone is sufficient to support her unique status as a devoted patron, a punishing goddess, and a ruthless yet fiercely devoted wife. Hera's anger was so great that not even heaven's ambrosia could calm her. She was known for her tendency to curse people and for her dislike of Heracles, who served as a reminder of Zeus's ongoing lustful affairs with mortals, whom she frequently engaged in fights with or disrupted in some way. She regularly vented her resentment of her husband to the women he had affairs with and occasionally to their offspring, as was the case with Dionysus, the Greek god of wine and fertility. Although she was revered, Hera's treatment of her children and her infamous jealousy made her highly dreaded even in her own lifetime. In addition to torturing Heracles, Hera is frequently credited with giving birth to Lamia. It is said that Semele was burned to death after being misled into requesting Zeus to reveal his actual appearance by Hera, who is infamous for persecuting Zeus's mortal loves. Additionally, she made Leto, the mother of Artemis and Apollo, wander the earth. At the time, Leto was still able to give birth, and when she was about to do so, Hera ordered the god Tityos to rape her, which led to Artemis and Apollo slaying him. Talk about the circle of punishment. Although some of the most famous stories in Greek mythology are about the deeds of men, Hera establishes herself as a critical presence in a selected few. She was adored and revered across the Greek world for her role as a queen, wife, mother, and protector. Whether she was exacting vengeance on women for her husband's betrayals or supporting unexpected heroes in their undertakings, one is that Hera has a history of losing control. Thus, her tendency toward vengeance is not shocking. Another was that she had unwavering loyalty to the Olympian cause and Zeus in particular. Whether or not she had emotions for him romantically, she was rumored to have the capacity to hold incredible grudges, and supporting the young, victorious Zeus would be a not-so-subtle method for her to wreak vengeance on their gluten-filled father. However, it must be noted Hera is a fiercely devoted person. In his youth, Zeus had several different lovers and wives, but none were to last. Hera maintained her status as the goddess of marriage despite Zeus's many indiscretions. She never deceived him, and there are no records of her having affairs. Despite this, the relationship between the two deities wasn't always positive. It was often toxic. They fought for control and sway over the heavens and earth, as well as ownership of Mount Olympus. Hera once attempted to overthrow Zeus along with Poseidon and Athena. As a result, the queen was punished by Zeus by being suspended from the sky by golden chains with iron anvils weighing down her ankles. Zeus had commanded the other gods to swear loyalty to him or suffer the same fate as Hera. On the other hand, Hera was powerful too. Nobody wanted to enrage the queen of the gods. That certainly applied to Zeus, whose sexual endeavors had been constantly thwarted by his envious wife. Zeus is sometimes shown as stealing a lover away or hiding himself during a rendezvous to escape Hera's anger. In ancient Greek myths and stories, Hera has played both the protagonist and the antagonist. She is frequently portrayed as a hostile force that the ladies linked with Zeus must deal with. Additionally, Hera is described as a helpful, sympathetic goddess in fewer well-known stories. Goddess Hera is a complicated being. She isn't always good, but she also isn't bad. The complexity and actual imperfections of all the Greek gods are among their most attractive characteristics. They can fall in love and be compassionate, altruistic, and hilarious. On the other hand, they are vain, envious, sometimes nasty, and make bad decisions. There is no precise shape that all gods can fit into. Nevertheless, they can still act foolishly and incredibly human, likely even though they are figuratively divine beings. Hera is renowned for being possessive and envious, qualities that, though harmful, are present in many individuals today. So all the punishments and bad things she had done to her lustful husband's millions of mistresses, it was all in the fire of love and jealousy. But the world misunderstands this and paints her as an evil character. Sad, isn't it? That was it for this video. What do you think about the Queen of Mount Olympus? Do you understand her reasons for being the way she was? Or resent her? Let us know your answers in the comment box below. We'll see you next time. Until then, stay mythical.